Jim Harbaugh, as of 7:34 Central Time on Thursday, January 12th, is still the head coach at Michigan. How much longer? Maybe several years. Sounds like there's a little bit more groundswell of momentum around Jim Harbaugh staying at Michigan, but this is not resolved. I don't know that it's going to be resolved until, maybe the NFL playoffs conclude. We've seen a lot of smoke around the Denver Broncos job. Rumor on the street, reportedly, is that he interviewed for the job electronically, not in person, but electronically. But we have a tweet to show you. There is a new president at Michigan, and there's been a lot of consternation up there. Rarely do I use that word. There's been a lot of discussion about how much the administration is or isn't backing up Jim Harbaugh. Well, President Ono tweeted this out today. I'm pleased to share that I have been having very positive and constructive conversations with our athletic director and football coach. His name's Jim, by the way. New president, he may not know that. He continues, Ward Manuel, that's the AD, and I both want to see Jim Harbaugh stay, he does know his name, stay as the head coach at the University of Michigan. Do you? I take him at his word. President Ono and I have not had extended conversations on this, but I take him at his word. Okay, so why was that necessary? For those of you out there who aren't privy to the day-to-day inner workings of what has been happening, that may have just sounded like president speak, if you will. Whole lot of nothing. It was necessary because one of the growing fears around the Michigan fan base, which was valid, I think, to be a fear at least, is that as they negotiate maybe a renegotiated, which is what you negotiate most times, something that's renegotiated. One of the biggest fears around the Michigan program is they're not committed long-term to Jim Harbaugh until this whole NCAA mess clears up. And I do mean mess. I laughed out loud when I read the allegations that had been presented. This is why I can't run an athletic department. I just go rogue. I just slam the door in the NCAA's face. I just say, I dare you to do something to me. We had too many assistant coaches on the field, something we spoke about on this show 2 weeks ago, by the way. Really? Did we? Really? Did we buy some kids dinner when we weren't supposed to? I don't even care if my head coach lied about it, which is what he's accused of doing, which is a level 1 violation, by the way. I cannot be an AD because I would, in no uncertain terms, tell the NCAA what I thought about that. Me knowing full well what other programs are doing. And you're coming at me with that. Anyway, that's beside the point. So there's been a fear around Michigan that since that investigation is ongoing and it won't be concluded for several weeks, the university, whether it be the AD or the president, was not going to commit to a new contract with Jim Harbaugh until it was too late. Because if you've got Denver on line one, and then you got Jim Harbaugh looking back at the university saying, are you going to counter this? And the university saying, not till this investigation's done. Well, it won't matter because he'll be gone by the time the investigation's done. You get where we've been now? Okay, so that brings you up to speed. My lean on this, given that statement from the president today, and Jim Harbaugh issued sort of a follow-up statement, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for your commitment, which is essentially saying, all right, give me what I want. I think he's going to stay at Michigan. It's just my lean. I have no information on the NFL side of this. I know a lot of people are reporting a lot of things. I don't know what to believe over there. It sounds for the moment like it's Denver or nothing in the NFL. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong there, but what does it take? It takes a couple of things. It's not just is Jim Harbaugh interested in going to the NFL. It also takes an offer. He doesn't have that yet. That was the great unknown I've spoken about for like a month. You can hear a lot of smoke. You can hear a lot of rumblings. Sometimes that's just a guy's agent working the market. It happens to me all the time. I have agents reach out to me frequently, multiple times a week. I appreciate them, love the guys. I talk to them all the time, but I know when they want me to say things on air. Sometimes I do it because I think it's valid. Most of the time I don't because I understand. They're in a meteorological term, they're trying to do what we would call moisten the column. Immunity. That's what they're trying to do. Well, you can moisten your column somewhere else. It won't always happen on this program. I think that may be what's happening right now from Jim Harbaugh's side of things. And that's an agent just doing his job. But yeah, you've heard a lot of Jim Harbaugh NFL. How many offers does he have on the table? That's the question. How many offers will he have on the table? That'll be the question. If he doesn't, it's a moot point. But the Michigan side of this is what they control as a university. And how will that contract negotiation proceed? Because there's this other little caveat that's not so little that is thought to be a sticking point right now. And that sticking point is Michigan, understandably, does not want to go through this a third time. So if he does stay there, they want a massive buyout worked into his deal. They're willing to pay him more money, but the concession he's going to have to make is when he signs on the dotted line, he's agreeing to a huge buyout that would basically prevent any NFL franchise from coming after him in the near future. I think that's fair. That's fair on the university side. And if you don't think it's fair, you don't stay there as their head coach. But think about where this could lead Jim Harbaugh. It's all well and good. If you got a spot to land in the NFL, that's all well and good. What if you don't? What if none of those franchises offers you their head coaching job and Michigan does not back off the requirement for a large buyout to be put in your deal? And maybe ultimately you want to go to the NFL. It's just not happening this year. What do? Well, that is where the L word comes into the equation. Leverage. And Jim Harbaugh would all of a sudden find himself without a whole lot of it. So it's been thought for a while, oh, Harbaugh's got all the leverage. He'll make a decision whenever he's ready to. Okay. All right. Well, he's got to get an offer first, or else all this is irrelevant. And Michigan's going to dictate the terms more so than him because he's not going anywhere. He's not going to another college job, I don't think. And if he does, Michigan's fine, okay? Michigan's going to be really good next year, and Michigan's set up for the long haul, and they'll be fine. I think Jim Harbaugh will be fine. I 52-48, I think he's going to be the head coach at Michigan next year. But I think a lot of things. Those were a lot of guesses for you. Follow that contract renegotiation. That's the story at Michigan right now.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me, that's how we keep this entire thing free.